As you can see right here, I do have a lot of apps on my phone. Um, it's gonna free up. It's gonna boost up some RAM here. You know, I just I didn't tell you how much of it was. Probably not much, but I'm just gonna clean some stuff here. As you can see, it's 52 gigs altogether because I got my 32 gig um, SD card in there. So 1.2 gigs was just cleaned. The RAM is 66%. So I'm gonna try. Okay, 169. Okay. Yeah, it's all good. Whatever. Oh my god, why is it gonna do this now? It's gonna go back to the beginning. Oh, for fuck's sakes, why? Seriously? Oh my god, what the frig, man? Oh, what the hell? Okay, 1 second here. Just gonna type it in here. Okay. The last Apple product that I had, which everybody knows, or which most people know, I had the 9.7-inch iPad Air 2 Gold Edition. I got it for my 28th birthday from Selena, and it was really expensive, but it was a 64 gig. Now, this iPod Touch is the latest one. I haven't heard about iPod Touch 7 yet, but I'm sure they're gonna make it. Because usually when the new iPhone comes out, they make like a new iPod Touch. Now, the iPod Touch is more like a 4-inch, a small tablet, a tiny, tiny computer. And of course, Apple is pretty expensive. But there's reasons why Apple is expensive because of the quality that it has. Now, I'm used to the 5.5 inches, the, the big screens. When it comes to tablets, I would rather get an 8-inch or a 10-inch or even bigger. Um, but when it comes to built quality, now as you can see that this is $369. So it's $10 cheaper than what my Asus Zenfone 2 was, which was $379. So with taxes, without warranty and everything like that, it was $415. So with $369, with it being $10 cheaper than my phone, it should be 405 or 4. It might be 410. Who knows? Now they're gonna ask for Apple Care and warranty and all that stuff, but I'm gonna tell them that hopefully they don't force me to get Apple Care because I wouldn't get Apple Care, not for an iPod, but more for, the iPad, like the tablet, you know. I'm not big into Apple devices. I'm not really, they're just not my thing. They're pretty expensive. They're not as custom as Android, but I mean, you can get like nice wallpapers, and I mean, the OS that's built in looks pretty nice, right? And basically, the iPod looks a lot like the iPhone 5, iPhone 5S. But of course, the iPhone 6 and 7 are bigger now. They're 4.7 inches and 5.5 inches, where this is 4.0. Now, I wouldn't go back to the fifth generation of the Apple iPod Touch. I did have that one before. I paid $200 for a 32 gig, and that was pretty nice. So it's a really inexpensive device. It's pretty small for $400, but you gotta think about it. It's 64 gigs, has a good camera. Um, I haven't watched the video for this device in a long time, but I believe the iPod Touch 6 came out in 2014. So I'm just going to go to product information. So as you can see here, instead of the main camera being 5 MP, which was on the iPad Air 2, that was only 5 MP. It's the same um, 8 megapixel camera as the iPhone 5S or the iPhone 6. Because I think it was the iPhone 6 Plus was when they started doing the 12 megapixel camera, and the iPad Pro. But still, from 8 to 12, I mean, 8, 9, 10, 11, it's only 4 MP, 4 numbers more, 4 megapixels more, so it's not too much more, but yeah. But of course, the 12 megapixel camera is probably an upgrade, but it should be better than 5. That's just my advice. And so, media device offers a generous 64 gig memory and an 8 MP camera and a wide screen 4-inch diagonal display. Perfect for listening to music, watching videos, or playing games. Yeah, so it might be a small screen, but if you can cough up $400 and you have 600, you have $200 left. Because if you buy this device on September 30th, if they have it in stock, because sometimes, and you want to get the blue one, you want to get the blue 64 gig. And then you tell them when you purchase it, I'm gonna say, yeah, I only have enough for the device. I don't have enough for warranty, and they're getting at least $400. They're still getting a lot of money, so. So this is, I never had a 64 gig iPod Touch. I only had a 32 gig. So this will be my first time getting a 64 gig iPod. Like, I only had a 64 gig iPad Air. Now, between the iPad Air 2 and the iPod 6th generation, the 6th generation probably has more because of the camera. Because the iPad Air 2, and plus it costs a lot more money too for the 64 gig version. And the camera. So at least they kind of upped the camera from 5 to 8. You know what I mean? So, and also it'll also have good sound. So for Spotify, you'll have that high quality sound, right? This thing has my LG G4 has high quality sound too, but but Apple would be, of course, a lot better. I don't see there will be a problem, and it might be the iOS 10. It might be upgradable. If not, iOS 9 is still good. Um, but that's the thing about these new updates, right? That's why it's better to get a 64 gig because then you have, you know, more space for whatever. So it'll be more than on your phone. It'll probably be better than this phone, or we'll see anyway. Okay. So this is what Staples is saying. I heard differently, but this is what Staples is saying. Okay. So, long-lasting battery, built-in Bluetooth. This iPod has a built-in rechargeable lithium-ion battery designed to offer plenty of uptime. Really? No matter how you use the device, you'll get up to 40 hours of music playtime or up to 8 hours of video playback on one full charge. The iPod Touch also has built-in Bluetooth 4.1 technology. So yeah, it's in Bluetooth 4.1. I think they have Bluetooth 5 now. But yeah, Bluetooth Bluetooth 4. Still good, I guess. I don't know. So delightful display. So of course, 1100 times 640 resolution at 326 pixels per inch. So 326 is like what I had on my Moto G. So it's kind of going back because 1136 times 640, so that's not even 720. But still, the 326 is still clear. You know what I mean? It's not as clear as like the resolution is probably not as high as the iPad Air or yeah, it's not, you know, but still 1136 is still pretty good times 640. So the display is pretty decent. I'm assuming it should, because that's what it is like on the iPhone 5 and 6. It's 326, 1136 times, yeah. So yeah, and it's been a while since I had a 326 PPI pixel device. So, but of course my phone is a lot higher. It's 538 pixels. So, but you gotta think about it though. This is a smaller display too, right? So IPS. Okay. fingerprint resistance. Well, what I like about it most likely, um, I don't know if you guys know this or not, but between the iPhone and the iPad, the iPad has a different battery because it takes longer for the battery to charge. And I thought with lightning charging, the lightning cable thing is supposed to charge your device quickly, but that's only on the iPhone and the iPod Touch. Because when I had the iPod Touch 5th generation, I remember when I charged it, it charged really fast. So the battery was still good, and I got that used. So that was on the 5th generation. So the 6th generation should be the same thing, right? Because if you notice that it's charging slow, then there's a problem when it's supposed to charge. It's supposed to have the lightning charge. So, but here though, but on the iPod 6 generation, um, it has the long-lasting battery. So this iPad has a built-in rechargeable lithium battery, and it's designed to often, so that's good, to offer plenty of uptime. So, it doesn't say, usually when you click on something, it would say out of stock, but it says it's online. So, oh my god, it's gonna load slow now. Come on, man. Okay, 1 second. Huh? Oh, wait. Now, the one that my cousin has is the gold one, the 32 gig. That's what I had for the iPad Air 2. But yeah, when it comes to like the iPod Touch 6th generation, I want to get the 64 gig, and I want to get the blue one. That's, to me, the best one, like the best color. Like, it's so bright, um, and shiny. It's white and black. Because the other ones, like space gray and stuff like that, and silver, they're not really, and the gold, it's not really pretty to me. So yeah, I'd rather get like the blue. Yeah. The blue and the white. So, anyway, that's what I'm thinking about getting at the end of the month. Um, Smaller screen, but it might take some time to get used to. But yeah, it's just like getting an iPhone 5S, basically. You know what I mean? So, hold on, wait a minute. I want to see what year it came out. If it will let me do that. iPod Touch 6. Let's see what it says here. I want to see when it came out. Oh, God. I didn't know when this thing came out. So it'll be the 8.8 chip, is what I had. Um, in the iPad Air 2. Well, the iPad Air 2 was the um, 1 point. No, it was the 88X. So, okay. Okay, so release date was my sister's birthday last year, so it's July 2015. I thought it was 2014, but it actually didn't come out until the summer of 2015. Okay, so there's more specs here. So here it's showing it's 640 times 1136, so it's probably more than 1080. I don't know. Okay. Of course, autofocus. So 2.4. Yeah. And then, of course, the front camera, the selfie is 1.2. High dynamic range mode. HDR. So that's good. You want the HDR on there. Makes it more clear. And it's A8. So, oh yeah, yeah. The highest it goes up to 128. Yeah. So it has the A8. Now the iPad Air 2 is 88X, which was a faster chip, but it's similar to the 88X. It's just not A8X. It's just 88. So 1400 megahertz, 64 bit. Um, a single gig RAM, but it's not Android, you know what I mean? It's Apple, so it runs differently, you know what I mean? Like that's what the iPod fifth generation ones was 1 gig RAM too, and it ran perfectly. I noticed if I'm doing too many things all at once, then it might slow down, but other than that, it's different. It's an iPad. It's an iPod. So it's not a phone. It's not a tablet. It's not a computer. So, and of course, the camcorder is 1080p. That's what you want to see. But what I like about it is that it's 8 instead of 5 megapixels. So, user replaceable. AirDrop. USB charging. But see, it doesn't say lightning charging. It just says USB charging. But on the iPod fifth generation, it had lightning charging. So what? Yeah, lightning to USB. Wow. Oh yeah, that's another thing too. I think when you buy the iPod brand new, you get the earbuds and the lightning charging thing. Hmm. So yeah, I think that's enough about that. Alright, so then I'm gonna end this video here. Okay, thank you. Okay. What?